Now then, welcome to another video. We're out at a landscaping company today. We do quite a lot for the landscaping industry. You will see us doing multiple different things for them. So we do look after quite a lot of this small type gear as well as the big stuff. We obviously sell attachments and all that sort of gear, but we do quite a lot for the landscaping lads. That is a battery edge cutter, obviously, pretty obvious. Now, I don't really rate them, but we do a lot of work on them because these little gearboxes at the bottom, if I had one open, I would show you. Got these little tiny bearings in them, absolutely useless. Use sealed bearings, can't grease them, absolutely and totally useless. You get them full of water, run them for a couple of days. They're terrible, but that's Husqvarna. We've got some other gear, some Ego and that sort of stuff. But anyway, that's beside the point. This is just the opener to the video. This week we've done quite a bit of random stuff, as you'll see. Not particularly one great big project, but the chipper's finished, tractor's in bits. We've got another John Deere, which I've showed you, which we pulled in bits. Bit of welding on a digger bucket. Anyway, crack on with the video. I'll if you could just drop us a like, comment, subscribe, have a look for us on Instagram. We're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. We've got a website, djthistlethwaite.com. Have a look on there. It all helps. Only small trying, so yeah, crack on. Right, we're on this ST36. So I told you about this in, don't know whether it was this video or previous video, but this is a little ST36. Now it's got a leak on back end. And I will show you it. It's just there. You can see the drip of the plug. So it's not coming from the plug, it's coming from the joint in the casting. Whether you'll be able to see that very well. So yeah, you can just see that joint just behind the plug. So it's coming from there. So I'm gonna split it and reseal that, and then that should be good to go for a lot of years longer. So in theory, I should just be able to drop the oil out of it, split it, and put the same oil back, because it's not done very much since last time I changed oil on it, to be honest. So I'm thinking, looking at it, probably have to split it here and then there. But I'll get some of this stuff off, and then I can see what we're doing. So yeah, I'll come back to you when you get a bit further apart. Right, we've got a bit further with this. We'll take the seat out, panel out. So, looking at it, not that I've ever done one of these before, but also I'm going to have to split it here, and then take that. There's like a slice in there to take that off. So, having never done one, and reading between the lines, taken that sidebar off, I've disconnected that there, disconnected the linkages in between. I've left everything forward on, just disconnect everything on the line, so I'll undo the ringer bolts, and I've disconnected the mud guard from the floor, so I'm going to leave the floor in position. and the mudguards and all of this will all go backwards. So I will put the one I've got it sort of ready to go, put back wheels on, jack front of it up, and put that on some blocks, jack back end, and then wheel back end away. I haven't got very much done around this side yet. But I've drained oil out and ready to go, so I'll show you. I'll probably show you just before I pull it in half. Right, got this in two now. So I've got the other side and the torch isn't shining in the phone. So I learnt a good couple of things on this. First, it has to be split, that second joint, the one that was actually leaking. If you cannot split it at this joint here, which goes there, doesn't work. There is an Allen key bolt in the middle at the top, inside the gearbox. Cannot get it. So basically, that's the end plate for the hydrostat unit. They are the hydrostat units in there, or you can just see the bottom one. So that's the gasket seal that was leaking, and also I think that one was leaking. If you can just about see there, here, there's like a bit that doesn't look quite right. So I think that one was the one that was leaking as well. So that's this one in bits for a little while. I'll get that gasket ordered and some sealant for that. Some back end oil, some filters. And then that will be that one done. Slide it back together. I'll show you what I'm going to do, putting it back together. Yeah. So I'll show you the progress on this. So another evening. It's about 11 o'clock now, so it's time to give up for the night. But another evening, we'll get some bits. It should be right. Should get back together another evening. Grand. It's a bit dark under here. Just draining oil out of this is 6610. It won't go in reverse, so I believe the spring and detent for reverse wants changing. Usually spring gets all bent up and ends up knackered, so you take this foil drive housing off. Hopefully you can get to it through there. Sometimes it shags the synchro and then you've got to pull the whole box out, but hopefully you can get away without that. It's a rough old yoke this, but only used for edge cutting, so obviously it's quite hard on forward and reverse. I'll do a bit of a walk around it when I get this out. Right, this John Deere, I know it's dark in here, but we have, I pulled that casting out, which is the one that I was pointing at before, so we pulled all hitch off, drained oil out, pulled hitch off, pulled four-wheel drive shaft out, which is down there, and under there you should be able to see. So it's a bit dark, probably do with a better light, but yeah, there you go. So we pulled that out. So this, give me 1 second, I'll just lift it onto here so you can actually see it. Right, just lifted that onto here so you can see it. So this is your four-wheel drive pack. As you can see, it's not exactly what you call ideal. It's got not a single fucking tooth left on there. It's busted this casting, busted that casting, so this gear's just flopping around like a... So yeah, so you can see we've got some teeth missing on there, and also there. So that is not actually the problem, but it caused the problem. So underneath there's like a small, like a selector with a big spring on it, and it had got a piece of tooth in the selector type. I'll call it a detent more than a selector. I'll get a piece of chalk and show you what I mean. Right, I'll show you what I mean. So underneath there is like a small bearing like this, which moves in this sort of shape, and it's a bit like that. So this bit goes into here, and that clips it into, it's got like that. So that clips it into forwards and keeps it in forwards. So then obviously it's same in reverse. So what basically had happened, there was a bit of a tooth in here, so it wouldn't actually go in fully, which means it has a rod that goes right through the gearbox with another bar on it. So that's why it wouldn't actually go into reverse no matter whether you forced it or not. So yeah, top and bottom of that one. Basically this whole thing's scrap. So new casting. The gear is welded onto the pack, so that's the pack knackered. This is knackered. Bearings are all knackered. Yeah, it's a mess. That I'm going to see if I can get one of these off Nick Young. Now, whether we can get one or not, I'm not sure. But yeah, it might be quite a while before we get this one back together, because it's going to cost £1 or £2 to get that fixed. I bet Nick Young's going to want a couple of grand for that, or at least £1,000, I'm going to guess, because who else is going to have one of them? So yeah, just thought I'd show you what we'd done to it. So it's a wire edge, so it's like a 2001. Yeah, I think it's 2001, that, isn't it? But I think the reason why it's done it, I don't know if you can see that very well, but front tyres, I think, are too big versus the back. So I think that it's been winding diff up, and it's wound front diff up, which has then chipped a gear on here, which has then knocked all fucking gears off, teeth off that and off that. I think that's what's happened anyway, but I've measured these tyres, and for what they should have, I think this back one is 5 inches too short. I know in inches, but that's how it was measured, so it's, I think it should have had 38s on back from new and 28s on front, and it's got 26s on back, and can't even remember what they are, 22.5s on the front. So I don't think that ratio is right. I think they're too big or they're too small, whichever. But if anybody actually knows what the ratio should be, I have spoken to Nick Young about it, so hopefully Nick Young will be able to tell me what it should be. But obviously it's no good staying like that, because if I put that back with brand new and it does the same again, it does a lot of hedge cutting, this tractor. It literally spends nearly all its life on edge cutter, so it obviously does quite a bit of road work, but a lot of backwards and forwards as well. So yeah, we'll see if we can get one of them. Right, started a bit of a project of our own here. We have a bit of a hire fleet now. I will show you the digger that this belongs to. I wouldn't say we've got a massive hire fleet, just a little one, but keeps us fairly busy. So this bucket was about worn out. It's a nice Geeth bucket actually, so it's worth fixing, but I'm going to put a new edge on it. Going to knock some of this bottom back out with bottle jack, and then once we've done that, we'll put some wear strip on back of it just to keep it going a bit longer. It's getting a bit thin down in these bottom corners, bad to say really, but so I've just gassed edge off. I should have showed you it really before, but I was bashing on, so I'm just going to frap this edge on. This is obviously fitted up. There's a gap down back, but you want a gap there. That's a bit of a big gap, but we'll fill it in. you want like a 3mm gap down back of there, otherwise you're not getting any penetration. So I'm just going to frap that on, and yeah, try and weld these in, and then stitch edge in, stitch back in, because if you weld it all along it ends up like a bloody river. So right, I'll show you when I get it slightly more welded up. Right, that's the edge all frazzled on. Just one run up, we're right, 23 tonner. That makes it into a fairly new bucket. So I'm just going to put some wear strips on the back of it now, because the floor's going to be thin before it's worn that out. So I've got some 10mm, be 50mm flat. Just going to weld that on as wear strips, so I'll show you that when I get it over. So this is the back. You can see I've just stitched on 3 wear bars. They don't need fully welding. The back one I always fully weld on that edge, because that's when you're dragging it along the floor, that's the edge that'll wear out. That'll keep that bucket going for a bit longer. I'll flip it onto its back and just weld the other side. Right, it's just nice and easy to do on bench, and then that'll be that done. I'll show it on digger. Right, that's that all done now. Nice easy job. A couple of hours this morning, just made that far better. It was edge way back here, like that, so definitely be a better bucket now. That's that job done. Right, so that's that bucket on the machine. So you can see, obviously, wear strips, new edge, jobs are good. And so this here is Takeuchi TB230. This is in our hire fleet. We have 2 of these. We have a TB216, 1.5 tonner. When we have a micro digger, we don't have Takeuchi micro because I fell out with him. So we have a Bobcat micro. Yeah, so these, if you're ever in need of any plant hire in the north west sort of area, we sort of stick round Lancaster, really. Lancaster and surrounding areas. We will go further afield, but obviously it costs money for delivery. So yeah, I don't know whether you knew or not, but we sell the attachments, the MDE stuff. Every day we're doing welding, fabrication, mechanicking, engineering, all that sort of stuff. We also do have a dig hire fleet with what have we got now? 5 diggers and 2 dumpers. So we have a 1 ton I-tip and a 3 ton swivel. So yeah, we like to keep, you know, we do. The diggers are pretty busy, to be fair. We you know, it's not like a hobby or anything. They're pretty flat out. We could always do with more work, but you can't have everything. So yeah, my grandfather actually moves a lot of the machines around. He absolutely loves it, so it saves me doing it. Obviously, you can tell by the videos how much I've got to do, so I have not got time to be moving these around as well. So yeah, we try and keep everything as tidy as we can. Obviously, they're working machines, so they've got scratches and that lot on, but back ends keep them nice and painted. And yeah, they're a really good machine, these 230s. I had a lot of luck with them. This is the first one that we got, and then the second one we got an hydraulic hitch, so that's just a manual ratchet in it. So the other one we've got is a hydraulic hitch. This one, actually, the reason why I'm doing this is because it's going out a long-term hire. It's going out for, he said, maybe a couple of years, so this will be probably the last time I see it for a little while. I'm just going to give it a quick grease round, and then it's all happy. And then I'll have to go on site and service it because I haven't got time to do it now, but it wants a service as well, so I'll go out on site and give it a service. And then it should be ready to rock and roll.